Howdy, folks. Howdy, folks. I'm Black Dragon, and welcome to another edition of Black Dragon Biker TV. And as always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. Here we find ourselves on the round table Sunday night. It's good to have all of my good folks on, Dirty and Tank from the Bikers Lifestyle Podcast. We have Hollywood from Insane Throttle and new TikTok sensation, Danny D'Lo. What's up, y'all?
What up?
What up, man? So I trust everybody had a good Christmas, I'm hoping.
Hell no.
I did.
I rode a motorcycle.
I went to a party and they had COVID there, them stupid asses.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, it's isolation time.
I got a new power tool for the shop.
I rode my bike to Christmas dinner. I loved it.
Holy moly, man. Holy moly. Who couldn't ride because it's 70 degrees here?
I was out. It was mid 40s yesterday.
Yeah,
it was like almost 80 yesterday.
Oh, okay. So global warming is taking the country. Oh my goodness.
Good.
So we are. Somebody said no COVID parties. That's funny. Man, you should have seen it. People were at the COVID things, man. There was like lines around the block. Like everybody was saying that you can't come to my house unless you got a test. So I guess that's what was going on. Everybody went around 6 inches of snow yesterday, somebody says. So anyway, those of you who are new to the channel, and then we are Black Dragon Biker TV, and tonight's the round table, and we have guests from all around the country and oftentimes around the world. And we talk about things that are kind of cool in the biker world. So we decided to have a show on this Sunday, the day after Thanksgiving, and we got a new year coming up. Anything you guys are gonna do? Got planned for the new year? What are you gonna do? Anybody gonna lose any weight? What's going on? Anybody? Hollywood?
Well, we're gonna do a lot more stuff on Insane Throttle, different look, all that good stuff. I'm just waiting for some stuff to get in that's sitting off the California coast, waiting for it to be delivered. And Insane Throttle is going to be doing a lot more coverage for events. Going to have some fun, man. We're going to do a doco on some strippers and have fun.
This guy, West Carson TV, asks us, do we ride? Wow.
The hell kind of a question is that?
I ride.
No.
Check out the Bikers Lifestyle Podcast Instagram.
No,
rode my ass off the past 2 days.
No, we don't ride.
I was going to say I ride your wife, but, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh, Hollywood's in a mood today.
Yeah. We had no fun at Christmas yesterday. That's why.
That Grinch in you, buddy.
It happens.
Yeah. Errol Graves said, no, we don't ride. Errol Graves has been watching me forever, man. He's been a guy forever with us. So we were going to talk about some things tonight, and one of the first things we wanted to talk about in the club. So this is for us clubbers, which I think that's all of us. We've all been either in clubs or in clubs, and that is patch chasers and attention whores in the club. How do they affect the club, and what is the answer to the patch chaser and the attention whore? And I'll start off with, patch chasers in the club, the guys who chase the I love me patch. and I call the "I Love Me" patch that patch that the club patch is the "I love the club" patch. That's the club that sits on the back. That's you're not no different from anyone. They see you, and that's the "I love the club" patch, and I'm down for the club, and blah blah blah. It's the "I love me" patches that get on the front of the vest. Those that say road captain, sergeant at arms, president, whatever they may say. Or in other instances, there could be the achievement patches like the 1,000-mile and 24-hour patch, or the nomad patch, or whatever it meant like that. Oh, look at this. Wes Carson told us, calm the fuck down. Question was before the show started. It was meant for SSW and Fireball. We were in the chat before you guys went live, so don't be starting nothing. Well, he didn't say all that, but that's what he meant. So, yeah.
I'm sorry about the wife comment.
That's right.
It's the girlfriend.
So, Earl Graves says, you mean, yeah, because that's what a lot of the patch chasers use the patches for. So, and then there are the, what I call the attention whores, the guys that are always popping wheelies in the middle of the pack and always starting fights. And, every time you see them, every time we're out, there's an issue because they're out trying to get attention or anything like that. So what are some of you guys experiences with that? And we'll go with you first, Dirty.
Well, as far as like patch chasers or whatever, there's always that one guy in the club that no matter what, he wants to do every position in the club, and he feels that he can do it, and he's always volunteering for shit. And 9 times out of 10, he sucks at it because all he wants is a title. He starts acting totally different once he gets it. He doesn't even want to do the job. He just wants that title. He wants the respect. As far as attention seekers or whatnot, every club's got at least one. Everyone's got that one hothead that wears the bright colored fucking shit on their vest. They, try to be as flashy as possible. They got the gaudiest bike on planet Earth. I mean, you love him just the same, but you just know that guy's that's the guy that's going to attract the fucking cops at the end of the day. Because he's going to do a burnout in front of the clubhouse when we're all sitting in here getting fucked up. And then they're going to come knocking on our door. So, yeah.
Yeah. Tank?
I don't want to talk ill will about any past members we've had in the club, but there's one guy I'll talk about. My sponsor, when I came into the club, I had a sponsor, and he had patchitis. We all know what patchitis is. You get that patch, and suddenly you're that different person, man. And let's just say, after 3 months of me being in the club, he's drummed out of the club. So I'm like, get a call like, hey, you don't have a sponsor. Like, okay, what's that mean for me? But he was just one of those guys that used the club for his own purposes to promote himself, and he borrowed 20 here, 20 there. 15 here, and next thing you know, you got, he's into you for a couple $100.
Oh, the borrower.
If you talk to him, he was the world's biggest baller on, the fucking planet. He had money and bitches and the whole shebang. Never saw any of it, but he'd tell you about it every time he saw you.
Lived with his mom, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can afford money and bitches when you live with your mom.
Not this motherfucker, I'll tell you that much. Oh, God. Sorry. Oops. Sorry about the MF there. Yeah, we're more than 60 seconds in, so I can get away with it.
Yeah.
Then there's the patch chasers. We had one guy, he leaves the club, right? And he informs us via text message, hey, I'm going to join you guys.
That's how it works.
And I'm like, the hell you say? That's how it works. You're going to tell us you're going to join us? And I was a hard no. We talked about him, and people were like, no, him, no. And he decides to go with another club, and it turns out it was hard. And next thing you know, he's gone from that club, and the club that he left, he he's back with them in a New York minute, man. Full patch status, all over again, and we're just like shaking our heads, going, I mean,
yep.
When the gut tells you one thing, you go with the gut, man. And boy, we just,
yeah.
We got to do that video soon, which is when they jump club to club and seem to move full-time patch to full-time patch. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
Haven't seen that work out too well.
It never does. Never seems to.
No.
But they still work it. Not that it works out well, but they still do it. So Hollywood, is that what you had, Tank, or any more?
I'm gonna leave it at that for right now.
Hollywood from Insane Throttle Biker TV. Tell us
what's up, man.
How you doing?
Well, you know what? Maybe that's why I don't like talking MC stuff anymore, because Patch Chasers to me was a broad shoulder, throwing around her taco trying to get a patch for.
Thank you. I was getting confused here.
Maybe
I thought those were patch whores.
No, we call them patch chasers.
Yeah, we call them patch chasers or sweet booties.
We got some stories about that too.
Potato.
Don't we all?
There was a lot of them.
So I went the wrong way with it, huh? So
that's all right, man.
Just different terminology, I guess.
That's what I thought patch chaser was, or maybe a sweet booty or something. But
we had them hanging around the clubhouse all the time, passing that around, man. That
All right, so Dirty.
It's probably PC now.
So, Dirty, what's been your experience with patch chasers now that we've changed the meaning?
Patch whores. Well, so
that's that Wisconsin thing. He's not from Chicago.
Well, actually, no, fucking. I'm actually from Chicago, but anyways, originally, but yeah, man, we've had so many chicks that have just bounced around fucking members, and it's not even the women's fault. They just want to get laid by a dude with a vest. I can't blame them. It's the fucking guys that start getting attached to him. You saw him fucking your brother last fucking week. Now she's fucking you, and now you're gonna get all hell bent because she's fucking somebody else. Get the fuck out of here.
She's different. I love her.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna change her. Oh no, she really likes me. No, she don't, man. We had a chick in the area that would have, at minimum, 3 brothers showing up at her house at bar time and any given Saturday night.
Oh yeah,
I think I know her.
Meet each other. You probably do, but yeah, it's fuck, man. And then you got the ones that like try to go from club to club. That never fucking works out, because sure as shit.
A friend of ours, Danny's wife. No, I'm not gonna go there.
Wow.
You know who I'm talking about.
Nope, I don't know anything.
Wow. So, tell us your experiences, man. I want to hear both patch chasers and patch chasers, depending on which way you use it.
I don't even. What did we call like the guy patch chasers, Hollywood? I don't even remember. I used to call them a fucking lame. That's what I did, but I don't remember that.
BD, maybe you want to put the right stuff instead of bikerliberty.com under my thing. Maybe heartliberty.com.
Did I do that?
Yeah.
So, as far as guys that are just wanting to be in a club, I mean, I ain't even gonna really talk much on that because I'll be swearing up a storm and I'll be all upset and shit because they used to drive me crazy. As far as female patch chasers, I mean, come on, man. Who in the club don't like a patch chaser every now and then?
We used to put them in the back room over at the house. But I don't know. I don't know if the new cats out there do that anymore, man. I've been told.
You know what? So
I got to come in the 2021 now.
The story I got to tell about a patch chaser, like you just said, though. So I want to say it was about 3 or 4 years ago. I was at this club party, and this club was kind of, trying to get me to get involved and shit. So I'm there, and I was having a good time with these dudes. And there's a fucking patch chaser there, and she's walking around, and she was cute too, tiny little blonde, really cute and everything. I ain't gonna say what club, but I'm sitting there, and their national, like one of their regional boss guys, um, he was like crushing on her hard, man, like really crushing on her. And this girl, in front of all of his brothers, looked at him and said, "You ain't even got a chance with me. Like, you ain't even my type of dude, man. Get away from me." And like just dissed this dude. And I looked around like, oh no, this girl don't even know what she did. And nothing happened, Hollywood. Nothing. Nobody said anything. Nobody did anything. And she come over by me and tried to talk to me about something. I looked at her. I said, "Listen, sweetheart, if you'd have said that shit in one of the clubhouses I've been in, you'd be in the back room right now." I'm like, "I don't know who the fuck you think you are, but don't ever talk to me like that." I'm like, "Get away from me. Go over there." I just sent her on her way. And I told them guys, I'm like, "Dude, you guys are soft as puppy shit." I'm like, "You just let a patch chaser just totally disrespect your regional boss, and you guys are looking at it like, man, whatever." I'm like, "Dude, I ever see this girl at a party again, I'm gonna kick her out of your clubhouse." I was like, dude, I couldn't believe it. So I mean, that's about the only story I got. As far as like, other stories, I mean, come on, we can all use our common sense and know how those went.
I got a good one, BD.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here thinking about that. Well, a couple years back, there was this girl. She's in an all-female club here in the area, and I'm at the local hangout. I'm leaving. It was early one evening. Going to head home, and she comes running up and jumps right in front of my bike and says some stupid like, "You're going to be blessed today" or something. And she was just some stupid wild ass thing. I mean, I'm like, okay, like who the hell are you? Well, we go. This was like the Thursday night. 2 nights later, we're having an open house at the clubhouse. There she is, sitting in the clubhouse. So, I'm there on my scoot. My old lady's not there at the clubhouse yet. She's yet to get there. This girl was bound and determined that she was going to get with the patch member of a motorcycle club. And so she's making her way around the room. She gets over to me and she starts putting her arms around my neck and stuff and going, "Oh, isn't he just the cutest thing in the world?" When my wife walks in the door. She's standing over next to me and not saying a word, not saying a word. And then she puts her arms around my neck and stuff. And she looks at my wife and she says, "Watch this." And then she starts to like kiss my ear and licks my neck. And she goes, what did she say? She was like, "Don't you just love him?" And Donna was like, "That's my husband." Just friggin' dead silence, man. The girl kind of looks at her like, backs away, She. So, yeah, they're out there. She's in there looking at a fat man like me, I mean.
Oh yeah, I had one that had the good Miss Tia pissed off, and woo, that was, and my problem was I hadn't had a girlfriend in a good 8 years or something. It was kind of crazy. Okay, I don't need any correction from the peanut gal. I'm getting corrected over there. She said steady girlfriend. You hadn't had a steady girlfriend.
You didn't have a real woman, bro. Like Miss Tia.
Yeah, buddy. And so yeah.
Love when the producers chime in.
Yeah. Yeah, I normally have my ear, and the producers could holler at me, but I have my ear. So boy, but in the black biker set, we have these things called social clubs, and this is not something you'll see anywhere but really the black biker set. And social clubs are women who have created their own clubs, and they wear vests similar to the biker vest, just a different color a lot of times, pink or white or whatever the color is. And they've got back patches on, the beautiful queens of dynasty or whatever their cuts may say, and they have sergeant at arms and presidents and the whole 9 yards, many of them. And those are girls that typically they will be a kind of a support group to a motorcycle club. and within those clubs are a lot of girls that will be down for the bike or whatever the case may be. Now, you can get twisted up real quick thinking that they are all some kind of patch chasers or floozies or something, because some are, some aren't. It just depends on how they deal. But there are little groups of them, and I can remember when I was a prospect, there were certain groups of girls that only slept with prospects. Then there were some that only slept with presidents, and some that only slept with sergeant at arms, or whatever the case may be. So as you graduated from one and moved to another, you had a whole new little group to mess with. And
man, I need to kick it on the black set, man.
And it let me tell you something, man.
Hey, BD, I got a question for you.
What's that?
Did you ever earn your Red Wings?
I knew you were going to ask that.
Yeah. This is on the black set. This is not a particular thing you are very proud of.
He's looking to get his ass kicked right there.
I don't know.
Why sometimes that just happens in the dark, brother.
Why you do this to me every?
If you do it right, sometimes you'll just bring it out on your own.
Yeah, it comes. I have all the required wings: yellow, brown.
Really?
Yeah, bro. I don't have as many as that one club that has like specific wings. Like I don't have as many as those, but I have my requisite brown, yellow, red, milky white wings. I've got them.
I'm gonna be really mad at myself for asking, but what the fuck is the yellow wings?
Oh come on,
come on, man! Really?
What's yellow?
Nah, bro. Never mind. I ain't going to the black set.
Now it's party, huh?
Put it this way, Danny. Remember old dude with the Brothers MC, man, that had the flames on his head? That freaking he passed away and shit. He was known for it.
Yeah.
You know, he used to drink that shit.
Oh boy. Well, we know I don't have them wings.
We don't know what you got. We don't be trying to hide your wings, man. Be proud of the wings you got.
You know what? He loves the golden showers. Let's just say it. That's why he wanted it so bad.
There's nothing wrong with a.
BD don't know what to say right now.
It's unusually warm. I will say it's unusually warm. You
wow.
never had 98.6 on you?
How about you, Dirty? What wings have you earned, man?
Fucking all of them, man. Yeah. Oh yeah. I've been pissed on before. That's no lie. Yeah. Oh fuck yeah. It's weird. Like BD said, it's super stupid warm.
It's
yeah.
It
It's
just happens sometimes, man.
You know when you accidentally piss yourself, like when you're really drunk, it may happen sometime. Like it doesn't feel that warm because it's like your body temperature, but when it's somebody else, it's like fuck.
Yeah.
That bitch got a fever or something. Fuck, Jesus.
Hey, BD, man, you know what? You have that cowboy hat on and stuff, man. I bet you rolling out that $100 bill for a stripper, you to stand under or let you get them yellow wings, huh?
No, I don't. You don't get wings from strippers, bro.
D'Lo, what do you think? What do you think she's squirting, man?
There's only so many fluids in the female body.
That's right, man.
Hey, you ain't one of them freaks, Danny, who likes breastfeeding, are you?
No. Definitely not.
He's fucking turning red, man.
Y'all got me so fucked up on this yellow wing patch, bro. I can't right now. I just can't. What the fuck?
You don't want to get mad as long as you can return the favor to her.
Y'all some sick motherfuckers, man.
Anyway, so I just start blasting. Yeah.
I'm totally comfortable with this whole conversation. I'm just like,
Hollywood does this every show. We get off the show because,
dude, that's the way to party
here, you know.
we start on like a Thursday, go to Sunday, and it's nothing but freaking lines and everything going, man.
Hey, what's up there,
Oh,
Shaggy?
yeah.
But that's the only ones I didn't earn was the yellow, man. You know,
Yeah,
I'm
well,
not a
you need
freak like you.
You need to go get you some yellows, man. But listen, I bring this up. This is not something that the black community. I probably just got disowned tonight for. Just so you know.
I don't know if I'm gonna answer your calls for at least 3 days.
Talking about
Hey, as long as you ain't like that guy Ralph on The Sopranos who like dildos up his ass, you know, I don't want to.
Hell no.
Oh, come on.
Hell no.
Come
How the hell
on.
did we get here?
Commercial.
Hey, y'all started this yellow wing shit. Just saying.
You brought it up.
Hey, Dirty, are you still
We were
comfortable
ready
with
to
this
gloss over it,
conversation?
man.
Oh yeah, I've had
hell
a
yeah.
sticker finger in my ass before. Yeah.
Dirty's like, oh yeah.
They call me fucking
Dirty's like, yeah, I'm
dirty.
good.
Right, exactly.
You know, I hear that's where a man's G spot is. I hear this, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've heard that. All it's
Dragon.
going to be is hearing.
Hey, I'm just gonna go with it's a great myth. I ain't gonna try it.
You get over 50, the doctor gets up there and tickles that sucker a little too, you know?
Oh, I've already had that.
Yeah, that's once a year when you get my age.
Yeah.
He won't return my calls, man. I tell you.
Hey, BD, I had another question.
Female nurse do that, or a doctor.
I got another question for you, BD. Let's see how biker you are.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
Oh boy.
Yeah, here we go.
You ever
I'm
eat a
scared,
stripper
too.
out, man? You never ate a stripper.
Well, not
Hey,
on stage, you know.
I bring the best out in you, man.
You know what though? You know, back during my biker, not a choir boy years, which
he's looking over at you.
Hey, he's scared as fuck right now. I like this.
I wasn't no good out there.
I
wasn't no good. But when I was a young sailor, and you know, this is so not the show. But when I was a young sailor, we were down.
It is now.
We were down in Tijuana, right? And so Tijuana was off limits, you know, and we weren't supposed to be down there, but we went anyway. And this was like the 90s. They were killing us. What would happen is someone that was coming over the border illegally would get killed, and they would retaliate by killing a sailor. So we were losing a sailor a weekend or two down there. So it was pretty rough down there. We were running back and forth down there. And back then, I don't know what Tijuana's like now. It's probably civilized, but back then, you know, it was wild. It was wide open. And so all the Marine boys and stuff. So we would go to, they had these strip clubs. I mean, they one right after the other down this whole row on Revolution Avenue. And as we were going up and we were go up and down that strip from club to club. So they had these girls that would be stripping, and they would come and squat down on these drunk sailors and Marines, and they would, like, you know, perform fellatio on them right there in front of everybody. And it was just really horrible. Because I was looking at that like, you went from his mouth to his mouth. This was before COVID-19, mind you. This was in the 90s. So this one guy, this stripper, lured herself onto him, and he's just licking up a storm. And the stripper got a little bit, I guess, turned on or whatever. And so as the stripper got turned on, something happened.
Squirted all over him.
No. Her tuck job untucked.
Oh.
She turned out not to be.
Now it's a party. Yeah.
Oh shit!
It turned out not to be what she was advertising.
Oh damn.
Hey, BD, you said you've earned every patch out there. When did you earn your STD?
No. Okay, we're moving on. On to the next show.
The reason why I ain't scared of COVID is I've snorted cane off the front of a fucking stripper and then licked it off the back of her, so I ain't tripping.
Oh, so you like rim jobs?
Oh, I'll eat a booty. I don't give a
I
fuck.
don't even know if we can do this on the show. I don't want to be demonetized.
we about to find out.
That'd be
Oh,
2 weeks in a row, man.
Holy moly!
I know Dirty has to because he is dirty.
My Black Sabbath brother says you ain't lived till you get hit in the eye by a ping pong.
I've seen
Wow.
that show.
This is not that show. What are you?
Wow.
You wanted to talk about patch chasers and parties, man.
Hey.
Shaggy said it is just
Dude, you got me and Hollywood out here and we're talking about girls. Come on, what you thought was gonna happen? And Tank and Dirty. Come on, really, bro?
Yeah, look at this. We got the donkey shows on here. My God, those were that was late 80s. That was late 80s. Now listen, you guys that don't know, San Diego was just one big damn whorehouse downtown. Now it's Horton Plaza and all these beautiful things. But back then, it was nothing but the whole of downtown San Diego was strip clubs and those kind of bars. They had bars that they had one bar that was just nothing but Filipino strippers. They had, various kind of bars like this all downtown. And then you would just drive 18 miles down to the border. It was just wild, man. It was a wild, wild city. Now I walk around down there, and 5th Street is the gas lamp district, and it's all beautiful, man. It was a good place as a sailor to get your ass whooped and your money taken. And I'm just amazed at how they cleaned it up.
Basically, right now, what he's saying, to sum it up, is Tia's looking at him with the dagger saying, do I need to go take an STD test now?
Oh, hell no. That was a long time ago, Black Dragon. That's not this Black
Dragon. I get it.
I'm a family man now. I've got. All right. What's that? We're going to break the commercial here with the next segment.
Oh.
You were talking patch chaser.
The next segment, we're going to talk about grown men that's afraid of their girl.
Oh,
Hang
no, we're not talking that either.
Oh, no, now we are.
We're not talking that either. Let me put these cats on mute, man. What the hell? Go to the next. All right. Get the book. Oh, I'll be damned.
Hey, this is Tank, the Plainclothes Lifestyle Podcast. Let you know, man, we got new episodes every Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, premiere on YouTube. You can also listen to us on Spotify, all other available podcast platforms. Hey, come check us out on Instagram. You can also see us on Facebook, find us on TikTok, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I wouldn't tell you to do that. Peace.
What's good, everybody? I'm Danny D-Lo, this is Flighter TV, where I talk about MC culture, 1% culture, and independent writers. That's Danny D-Lo _ on TikTok, Danny D-Lo on YouTube and Instagram. Check me out. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see y'all soon.
Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible. The hell? What the hell was that? Well, you know what? We ain't nothing without technical difficulties. Welcome back, guys.
What's up?
What up?
I tried to do that, man. That screwed up. Welcome back.
You sure ain't perfect. Don't worry about it, man.
All right, moving to the next segment, which is not
Anybody that lets them piss in their mouth is all right with me. All right.
so.
Fist can be a verb.
What brought you to the motorcycle set? What brought you to the?
It was definitely not the Yellow Wings.
I see. We're obviously not gonna get past this. Oh my goodness!
No, we're not.
It's better than a serious show. See, you have to come on the morning hoot with me, BD, man. We'll have you all kinds of red, man. That black.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, you should have wore your black hat today, bro.
Yeah. Smoking the white cigar, someone says. Okay, so what was it that brought you to the biker set? What was the thing for you, Danny D'Lo?
Well, when I started riding, I was riding crotch rockets, and I rode with a couple of different like smaller clubs in Chicago. I hung out with the Rough Riders a couple times. They were a good group of dudes and shit. And then when I moved to Wisconsin, I got a little more serious about it. That I got into the Harley game and started hanging out with the big boys. And it reminded me of my former lifestyle. I was a gang member in Chicago, and not that it reminded me of gang banging, but I'm saying it reminded me of just being around people that got the same mind frame as me. You know what I mean? And I was comfortable with it, and I started hanging out, started rolling with these guys and those guys, and it was just I loved it. I was like, man, I don't know why I didn't start riding, Harleys or being around clubs a long time ago. It just it felt right to me. The brotherhood, the camaraderie, the like-minded people, and the good things that we would do for the community, whether it was privately things we would do or publicly, helping the community out, helping kids out, just doing cool shit, man. I loved it, So that's kind of what brought me into it, man. I just automatically fell in love with the game,
Yeah, that's cool. How about you, Tank?
Oh man, I rode a dirt bike for the first time when I was 9, and I was hooked with motorcycles. From then on. Watching the Biker B movies, reading that first magazine. Easy Rider magazine. Just drawn to the whole thing. I started riding metric at first, and I rode in a riding club. A good group of guys. But they had been together for a little while. I came in, and it wasn't enough for me. I was part of ABATE for a long time. I really believe in biker rights and keeping, making sure that we stay ahead of the legislation. And again, there's a lot of old established, old school bikers, especially Wisconsin ABATE being the oldest ABATE group in the country. And again, it just wasn't enough. I was looking for more. And I'm still riding metric. I had a tricked out Yamaha V-Star 1100 Classic, with the special cams and all that, and the drag pipes and everything, and got recognized. As a biker because the biker makes the man don't make the bike. The other way around. You know what I mean? The bike don't make the man makes the bike. Yeah, fuck you. They're laughing at me, goddamn it. But got recognized. I know, right? More technical difficulties. Got recognized and just met up with the club that I'm in. And really didn't think about joining or anything, and just kind of hung out with them for a while. And next thing you know, I'm hanging out a little more, and then I'm then that this group that I'm with this is about just as weird as I am, and I'm just the right bunch of weirdos, you know. I mean, Dirty and I, we both hanging around the club. We were at similar functions, but we didn't even know each other.
Yeah.
We were at a club brother's wedding. I didn't know he was there until I was already patched in. Then I saw movies of it again. I was like, oh, there you are, man. I was there too. You know, it was like one of those deals, and just it sort of evolved, man. But you know, once I got on the club scene, you know, I was all in, man. Just all in. You know, I just can't get enough of it. I love the brotherhood. I love my crazy ass brothers. We're a big dysfunctional family that, you know, I mean, I can't describe it. And if I've got to describe it and you don't understand, then, you know, I'm going to say that's going to help you out. So
Cool, man. Dirty?
Well, yeah, I'm sort of like D-Lo in a sense where I started out on you know, sport bikes. I mean, truth be told, I didn't even own a Harley until 2014. I didn't care for them. I was all about going fast. And let's be honest, Harleys aren't known for going fast, you know? And basically, a guy that I used to work with was in the club that we're in now. And I just sort of hung out with him at bars and shit. And he would always give me shit about having a rice rocket. And I'd give him shit about having a outdated piece of shit. And we go back and forth. And we always had a laugh. And then I got old. And the crotch rockets fucking started hurting these my legs and shit. So ended up getting a Dyna and ended up hanging around this club more and more just because, you know, my buddy was in the club and they liked to party. I like to party. We like to have a good fucking time. Next thing you know, it's like, hey, you know, maybe I'll join this club because I really didn't have a whole lot of prior experience with motorcycle clubs, really, just for what I've seen on TV. And as we all know, they don't paint exactly the best picture in the world, you know. And yeah, I ended up liking what I saw, going through the motions, and I haven't looked back, man. I'm happy where I'm at.
So Harleys are known to be slow unless your nickname is your road name is Top Fuel. So, those of you who don't know Hollywood, if you know him only as Hollywood, his real name on the set is Top Fuel. So what brought you to the biker set and that sort of thing, Hollywood?
I was 11 years old. I was at Sayre Park in Chicago, and we were screwing around, man. It was I had a Diamondback back then. Just screwing around in the park, and two the Chicago one percenters pulled in. You know, the rumble of the freaking engine. They were cool with us. They were messing around with us, talking all kinds of crap. Go a couple years and stuff, got older, and that always stuck in the back of my head. Got with one club through the 90s and got real close to another one, made the switch over. It was just beautiful. I loved it, man. It was all about the fun, the partying. And I think that's why I like it now is you see so much bad on my platform, but you know there's so much good out there. And hopefully one day everybody can get together and enjoy it like it, you know, it should be. Is it possible? Hopefully, you know, but that's what got me in. There was that was something I'll always remember though. Was that at Sayre Park, man, when they pulled up on them bikes.
You know, for me,
they got a lot of us street kids off the freaking street.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. For me, guys, it was very interesting thing. I grew up in a family of all women. There were not very many males, and and so I didn't have a lot of strong male role models. And I was from Oklahoma, and there was a lot of kind of racial stuff there. And as you know, the only tough guys that were really, you know, like hardcore tough that really were kind of like role models for me were black cowboys. They were always very tough, but you know, we had a lot of kind of stuff going on. Cops beat you up and all this, that, and the other. When I moved to San Diego, I joined the Navy. I went to San Diego, and I got in trouble on the base. and there was a situation where the senior chief had told me basically to go clean up the heads, me and a friend of mine, and we thought he was being, I was an E5 at the time, and so why would you have me clean up the bathroom and not the E1? So, I basically told him to kiss my ass. I wasn't doing it. So me and my best friend said that. So he sent us to, back then in the Navy, they would still whoop your ass. When I first came in the Navy, so they sent me to a black senior chief. This white senior chief didn't want to ruin my career, so he sent me to the black senior chief to get me tightened up. And when I got there in his office, we got tightened up, and then he came to an agreement real quick that we were going to go back and do what the senior chief told us to do. That's kind of how the Navy worked back then. And when I came back out that afternoon, I saw him getting on a motorcycle. And I asked him, what the hell do you know about a motorcycle, senior chief? And he said, son, what the hell do you know about a motorcycle? And I screamed, I'm a rider. And he said, oh, yeah. And he wrote down this address, 4280 Market Street, San Diego, California. And he handed me that address and he says, meet me over here at 3:00 in the afternoon. And when I went over there, it was the clubhouse of the Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club. He happened to be the past president there. And when I walked into that club and I saw the swagger and the strength of those men, they weren't afraid of a damn thing. They were the toughest boys in the city. They wasn't messing around. There was something about that. I hadn't seen that kind of strength and unity. And they were black dudes. They weren't afraid of a damn thing, a damn person. They weren't afraid of cops. Cops were afraid to come to our clubhouse. It wasn't the other way around. Wasn't no cops pulling those guys over and beating the shit out of them. When a cop pulled them over, they were getting backup. They pulled those guys over with 4 or 5 cop cars, and they rode in a pack. They rode together. They were strong. They had unity, and everybody knew them. When we rode up and down the street, it was like conquering heroes. Kids waved at us. Women threw panties at us. It was absolutely crazy. The clubhouse was crazy. We were neighborhood heroes. These guys would do stuff like, I can remember this one guy tells a story about how his mother couldn't afford some food. And the store owner was mad at her because she'd brought $28 worth of groceries up there and she only had like $20 or whatever the case. And a Black Sabbath came walking in, heard this man talking crazy to the lady, threatened to break every bone in his body, threatened to burn his store down, and then pulled the money out of his wallet, paid for the whole dinner or the whole groceries, and told that woman to take her money, wouldn't take a penny for her. And this guy eventually grew up and became a Black Sabbath. So, I came into this neighborhood of heroes, man. And when I saw how tough they were, how bad they were, how together they were, how cool they were, that was what brought me to the biker set. That's what made me want to be a member of the mighty Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation. And that was probably summer 1989, and I've never looked back. It's a love affair. It's something that my woman has told me I'm in a 3-way relationship with a man that's in love with a club. And that's, the ups and the downs. There's great things about being in a club, and then there's some really crappy things. But that's what brought me on the biker set. And I just can't seem to shake it, can't seem to let it go. That wrapped around this insatiable passion to ride 2 wheels. And when I first got to the Black Sabbath, they were not Harley riders. We all had race bikes, bro. GSXR 1100s, GS 1150 ESs, you name it, man. We had stretched KZ 1000Rs. We were getting up and down the highway. I can tell you about the great races between between Frank and Cromer, where they raced each other so hard that they raced onto a street. That they raced straight instead of pulling out. They ran straight across a red light and damn near killed themselves. One sliding into the parking lot and almost getting run over at the red light, and then the other one hitting the road, hitting the sand, and almost getting his leg taken off by one of those little pointer signs about that big. And these guys were racers. They were hardcore racers. I can tell you stories about how they would light them tires up and side to side down the highway, just lighting it up, man.
You didn't just come, did you?
Yeah.
Well, I got a question for Brian or Dirty.
What's up?
You started out on Rockets.
Mm-hmm.
Danny did too. And I just did a debate question on all my media. I know us older guys, they're not into the sports bikes and stuff, but I'd have to argue, or at least debate it, that the sport bike clubs are closest to the original clubs. You know, most of the original clubs started off as racing teams. And a lot of the sport bike rider clubs have kept to that, man, with the racing and stuff.
Well, maybe. I mean, it's sort of, I guess kind of, I could see where you make that comparison. And I mean, let's be honest, a lot of sport bike clubs raise a shit ton of hell. If you ever seen the ride of the century, like out in St. Louis or whatever, I mean, those guys tear up a fucking interstate like nothing. But I don't think the brotherhood's there. You know what I mean? I mean, at the end of the day, you're a hog chapter if you don't have fucking brotherhood, No offense to the hog people, but I mean, it takes more than just a patch and a motorcycle to make you a club brother,
I just like to get a debate on that question because I find it interesting. Tank, I didn't mean to take over your show. I just wanted to ask, Beatty.
No, it's our show. So,
hey, real quick, what was the question? Because you it got all broke up for a minute when you were.
I put a question out there, and it was actually because I was watching one of your movies, BD, and the original club started out kind of like the Booze Fighters, Galloping Goose. All of them were racing, be it dirt track, flat track, and over the years, we now have the sport bike clubs that still continue that tradition of racing within the club. We might not like the bikes that they're riding, but I'd have to argue they're better than us riding, but they keep that racing aspect to their club. I'm a big racer. I love racing. So I was just asking around the table about that.
My bad, Tank. I just wanted to know because, like I said, it broke up. Go ahead, Tank.
Do you think that sport bike clubs of today actually are more traditional, like the old clubs that started off on flat track because of the racing component to them?
Well, if you're going to base it solely on the racing aspect with them, they probably are, in some respects, truer. I would make the argument that a lot of the old climbing clubs, hill climbers, are probably even closer. There's one in Rockford, Illinois. It's been around for almost 100 years. And they're still going strong. But, first of all, imagine me on a sport bike. All right? I mean, I look like a bear on a mini bike, for crying out loud. But when I was riding,
but you'll still be going fast though.
I know. But I used to own a Yamaha 81 XS 850 Special, which that bike inline triple was a screamer. It was light, it was nimble, and it was fast. It was 79 horsepower right out of the box, and you didn't have to do anything to it. And after that they had the Yamaha Maxim, and one could make an argument that the Maxim was probably the first sport bike that was brought into the market. So, you know, a lot of those cruisers, when they started to bridge that gap back in the early 80s, you know, I mean, I have to say I was riding sport bikes before a sport bike was a sport bike. You know, I didn't know what the hell I was doing, just going fast. I know that.
Well, I just wanted to, you know,
But I understand what you're saying. I think dirty's something.
Well, you know what it is. We're always talking about MC stuff on here, and there's independence, and I want to talk about some, good stuff, fun stuff. Not that it's not fun with MCs, but
we can go back to golden showers. You know, I mean,
no, the history part. A lot of people don't know the history part.
So,
and you brought up hill climb. A lot of these kids nowadays wouldn't even know what the hell that is. You're talking about the Oregon riders, by the way.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, guys.
Right where you and Dirty are at, you used to have over at the Beloit Hill,
Big Twin Park, man.
Yeah, Big Twin Park, where they used to ride them late 1920s, early 30s hill climbers up that damn hill, and I still don't know how the hell they got up there.
In fact, a lady that I'm in with, Abe, she's a little older than me, but she remembers her dad riding up that hill, and he'd get home from work on Friday, and he'd change the tires on his bike. He had his old Harley EL. He'd change the tires on it, and then he'd go out and he'd hill climb with that fucker, do it for the weekend, come home, put the regular street tires on it, and then he'd ride it back and forth to work.
Wow.
So, yeah, that was the Beloit Motorcycle Club. That was an old club. She still has the jacket and stuff.
Wow.
Because
I know the Oddfellas, they used to go to that Oregon hill climb all the time. I don't know if they still get involved with the hill climbing and stuff.
The Oddfellows was the origin of Dirties in my club.
Oh, rock on. On.
Yeah.
So history, man, there's a lot of it out there that, a lot of people need to hear.
Let's talk about more of it. We'll make a show of it, and we'll talk about a lot of it. In our situation, if you saw the movie Biker Boys, I mean, all of our clubs really were race clubs. We started out on rockets, and we didn't really get into on the black set. Much of the clubs that I was with didn't really get into Harleys until probably the mid '90s to early 2000s. Now almost like my whole club is on it, but we still, a lot of still heavy hardcore racers in my club with 2 or 3 motorcycles, and we all started off that I can remember. They had not Harleys, but they had the stretched raked choppers that they rode around and looked cool on. And they had the race bikes that they raced on. And this was part of our culture. And you saw that in the movie Biker Boys. That's, kind of what we talked about in that movie. It was a lot of fun.
One thing I'm pissed about, man, is the sport bike riding clubs have better ass women than we ever had.
That's a good point.
They had the
You know what? When I rode crotch rockets, man, I experienced a lot of cool shit, man. I mean, yeah, the women, but I mean, I was one of them guys. I used to race on rockets by the incinerators, Doty Road, down Ogden Avenue. We used to do some big races too. I mean, and I gotta say something real quick, man. Somebody had mentioned, I think it was Dirty, that like there was no brotherhood with the crotch rocket scene. There's definitely brotherhood with them, man. I mean, around here it may be a little different, but like out in Cali, some of them crotch rocket clubs are just as serious as any Harley club out there.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I mean, and I've met quite a few. I mean, Biker Boys, you mentioned Biker Boys. A lot of those clubs that were in that movie were real clubs, and they're real dudes, So I mean, I experienced all of that with the crotch rocket scene. I mean, it's just different because, you're doing, you're just doing different shit. It's a different set. It's a different way of life. More younger generation that's into all that. You know what I'm saying? But there's definitely brotherhood in it for sure. And
you ever
some of my most fondest.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro.
Oh, I was gonna ask Dirty if he ever got tunnel vision on the rocket. You get about 160, 180, man. You just keep looking forward and stuff.
Only when I'm racing down a dirt gravel road at the end.
No, I'm not talking
Yeah,
about
I don't know
bike.
about all that.
Don't do that. That was ugly.
I'm talking about biker boys, man.
That was ugly. That was an ugly dig.
No, because I got a katana, man. You know what? I got rid of it after a week because I said I'm going to kill myself on this damn thing. The speed just, yeah.
So
the fastest I got clocked at was 184 miles per hour. I got clocked doing that.
That's fucking your butt time, man.
And you know what? I mean, almost kind of like the way the movie is. I mean, everything was pretty much jello at that point. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you see in front of you, but you know, everything's just, you know what I mean? Like, it's so quick.
yes,
Like, it's super quick. Like, I mean, you know, I don't know about the whole tunnel vision where you just, you know what I mean? Like,
no, I'm talking about
ain't really like that.
Focus straightforward.
Well, of course you focus straightforward,
Right?
And
oh yeah, you have to.
And I remember,
and you know what? That's just to stay on course, because if something jumps out in front of you at 160 miles per hour, you're not weaving, you're not doing nothing. All you're doing is going, and it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. And
I'll
there's
tell
nothing
you
but black after that. You know.
I'll tell you what happened with me. I was rolling about 160 down I-5, and an armadillo ran out in front of me. And
oh my God!
Only thing I did was I just closed my eyes, and when I opened my eyes again, I was still rolling. So I obviously didn't hit him, but there was no time for anything but oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, I'm still alive.
That's all you got time for is oh shit. That's it.
That's all you get. So,
well, who's a fan of drag, man? Alcohol and top fuel.
Oh, I love dragging.
Oh yeah.
I'm planning on taking my bike to Union Grove this summer, or well, next summer, just to do a quarter-mile run, see what it does.
To answer that question, do I know when Ben Hardy's motorcycle repair shop closed? No, I don't know when it closed. And I didn't really become aware of him until many, many, many years after he stopped working on bikes. But I didn't have any idea of what he had done for biker culture and the Easy Rider franchise and all of that. I didn't learn that until 30 years or so after the show had been on. So we didn't, we knew local bike builders, but we didn't happen to know as much about them. Some of us.
Well, that's why history is important. Most of these kids don't even know who Sugar Bear was, man.
Right. And we probably
they didn't know who made the front end for the freaking Captain American bike.
We probably need to do a little bit more kind of teaching. Let's see.
I'm not trying to be a killjoy. I know you guys are in a club and stuff, but I'm not trying to be a killjoy.
No, you're not killing anything.
I don't think so.
So let's see. We have one more segment to do here. So we're going to take a quick break here. And when we come back, we're going to tackle our last segment, which is the Sergeant at Arms and what he means for the club safety in the clubhouse. So that's going to be the last segment after this set of commercials. Here we go.
Hey, this is Tank for the Bikers Lifestyle Podcast. Letting you know, man, we got new episodes every Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, premiere on YouTube. You can also listen to us on Spotify, all of the available podcast platforms. Hey, come check us out on Instagram. You can also see us on Facebook, find us on TikTok, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It wouldn't kill you to do that. Peace.
What's good, everybody? I'm Danny Deload, and this is Biker TV, where I talk about MC culture, 1% culture, and independent riders. That's Danny Delow _ on TikTok, Danny Delow on YouTube and Instagram. Check me out. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see y'all soon.
Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book. Wow. I think I did it right this time. I think I did it right without screwing it up.
Feels right.
Yeah. Hey, cool. All right. So we're in the last segment. We want to thank everybody for being with us. I'm Black Dragon. If you're just now tuning in, appreciate having you all here. We've got Danny D'Lo. We got Hollywood from Insane Throttle, Danny D'Lo from the Danny D'Lo Show here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And we've got Dirt Tank and Dirty from the Biker Lifestyle Podcast. We've got over in the chat room, we've got Shaggy from Shaggy's Corner. So it's good to have everybody here. Appreciate you guys. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm Black Dragon, your host from Black Dragon Biker TV on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. You can find us all. HarleyLiberty.com is Insane Throttle over there. HarleyLiberty.com is his online news magazine, and he's got his podcast. What's your podcast, sir?
Motorcycle Madhouse Morning Mayhem, 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Then you to go over to Audible. We just got on that big platform over there. Good stuff over there. We're real excited with it. We're in with the rest of the national radio stations, syndicated, all that good stuff.
Congratulations. You're with the big boys now.
Yeah, congratulations, Hollywood.
But with this segment, guys, I'm going to cut out because, you know, our new thing on Insane Throttle, we're going to go down the middle. We're not going to get into the politics or what's this or what that officer does. But it was a great show for me, guys.
You
know,
you, man.
Right on. Thanks for coming, bro.
All right, man. I'll talk to you guys later.
See you later, man.
Later, man.
Dirty, the Biker Lifestyle Podcast, man. So when do we catch you guys on?
Monday nights. Usually comes out about 5.
About 5?
Yep.
6 Eastern.
Yeah. Yeah, 5 Central. I forget. I'm in a time zone. But yeah, usually, you know, we got a YouTube channel. We're on Spotify and anywhere a podcast can be heard. We're there. As far as social media goes, we got Instagram, Facebook. We got TikTok, but we don't do a whole lot on there because I'm lazy. And yeah, it's just all at, you know, the Bikers Lifestyle Podcast. So,
and Danny D'Lo, when are you on?
Oh, you can catch me on TikTok every day. On YouTube, I'm working on doing a show, trying to put something together. But as of right now, I've got 3 different videos planning to come out in the next week here. So little by little, I'm just working on it, go.
Absolutely outstanding. And you can catch the Dragon's Lair Motorcycle Chaos, my podcast, and myself. We're on at 9:30 Eastern, Monday through Friday. We do news, Black Dragon Biker News Network, about 3 times a week. And then we intersperse that with our biker motorcycle traveling education, MC protocol. And then I had these things that I was calling reaction videos, but I got a better term for it from my brothers here, and we're going to call them education videos. So they are reaction videos around education. We're going to be teaching based on videos that I see out there. We're going to be trying to teach some of the kids new ways to go. So in this last section, we're looking at the importance of the sergeant at arms and security at the clubhouse. So Danny, this was one of yours. So why don't you start off? Why don't you start us off? with it and tell us what it means to you and that sort of thing.
Well, what it means to me and what it really is what it means to me. I think a lot of people in the MC culture, when they get that tag, when they get to be the SA, they often think that it's all about, you know, being a badass. It's all about putting your hands on people and all that, and that's, you know, that, I mean, yeah, you know, that can be a part of it, right? But it's kind of a small part of it. You know, it's all about protecting your president, protecting your VP, protecting your club, you know, all your brothers. You know, you're the first one in, the last one out. You know what I mean? You instill order in your clubhouse, you know what I'm saying, at the meetings at church and stuff like that. It's probably one of the most important jobs of the club. You know, you handle all the outside stuff too. And I just see a lot of people that, you know, a lot of the new guys, you know what I'm saying, you know, they get involved and they get that tag and they think, oh yeah, you know, I'm a bad mother, you know what I mean? And it's like, nah, man, you represent the club like no other. You know what I'm saying? Your job is very, very important. You know what I mean? And I think people should take it more seriously. You know, it's all about protecting your brothers. You know, what do you guys think?
Yeah.
Well,
I agree. Yeah.
we don't have a sergeant at arms in our club anymore. We retired that patch when our club's original sergeant at arms was killed in an accident, and so
Sorry to hear that.
But that was many, many years ago.
Right.
So we have enforcers, but I mean, you know, one of the things you talked about was security at the clubhouse, and especially when you're doing like those open houses, you got people from, citizens coming in and stuff, and you know you want to make sure you're getting the right people in the door.
Yep.
And you know, the way it was explained to me, our God, here I'm going back to death. Our club president that was killed this past year explained it to me. He said, "Hey, just let you know, when we're out in the public, the enforcer rules over the president too, because he's the guy that keeps us all in line in public." And you know, I mean, you touched on it. A guy that does a job like that, he has to be able to get down when it comes time, but he's also needs to be the coolest cat in the room too.
Yep.
Well,
sometimes his job is part of diffusing the situation. You know what I mean?
All the time.
I mean, there was times when I was in the SA at my club, you know, there was times, you know, there was one particular time where I had my VP. He was at a local establishment, and some things popped off, and you know, my main job was get him and his wife out now. I get you to your truck or your bike safe. I follow you. You know what I'm saying? I don't let nobody come near you. You know, that's part of your job. And yeah, like you said, you got to be down for the cause. But I see too many guys that get involved in our world that right away they're like, oh yeah, you know, I'm the enforcer. You know what that means, right? And it's like, you ain't got no idea, kid. You know.
Yeah, I mean, a really good enforcer never has to throw a punch. You know,
well, that's right.
Typically, I mean, obviously, shit gets fucking real. Guys get beer muscles in bars. Things happen, but I mean, absolutely. I mean, I would rather a situation be de-escalated than have to teach somebody a lesson. You know.
Yep.
Because once lawyers and cops start getting involved, it gets super messy.
Very messy. Yeah.
Gee, guys, I could talk about the subject all night.
You wrote a book about it.
Well, yes, I did.
Get the book. Get the book.
Get the book.
And
I know a couple of guys that I used to know that really should have read your book.
Well, you know, one of the things that I like to point out is the sergeant at arms has an interesting job because on one hand, you're the president's protector, but on the other hand, you're not the president's boy. So
right.
It's, you know, sergeant at arms enforcer, to me, they're very similar, if not the same kind of job or same job. So, you know, we've used them kind of interchangeably. And to me, like, you know, you made a great point. The sergeant at arms on the road out there is the guy in charge of the safety of that pack. So he may overrule the president.
Yep.
but he's not above the president. So, I mean, that's where the humility comes from, knowing that, this is the guy we picked to lead us. So, take the S off your chest. And, I've seen it come, to a head to head where the sergeant at arms is going to, disrespect the president and try to step over the top of him. And you get the two egos firing. And really what we're talking about is the safety of the pack and the club and doing what needs to be handled here. So it takes a significantly mature guy to want to be this job and to do it well. And I see so many guys that get that job, and the first thing they want to do is start, as a play of power, snatching patches and fixing fines and if you're sergeant at arms and your first job, your first act as a brand new sergeant at arms is to snatch somebody's patch, put somebody on a fine or on suspension, or take their patch off their back. If that's your first act, well, damn, bro. What are you gonna do for an encore? A sergeant at arms needs to be really the last dude in the world you want to piss off, because when you do, his wrath should be so ugly that the last thing you ever want to ever do is piss him off. But he has to learn how to use that. And for younger guys that, some guy tells me that he's a sergeant at arm or an enforcer or a nomad with 2 or 3 years in the club, I'm looking at you like, whoa, man, either you are just really mature or you really weren't. And so the other thing is the sergeant at arms is also responsible for the quality of life in the motorcycle club. And I talk about that in the prospect or in the Sergeant at Arms Bible. Whereas this idea that you are taking care of the tough badasses in the club, but you've also got the weak guys in the club. And even in a club of all male, all macho, all alpha males, they will still kind of like devour each other. And you could have 50 macho men and they'll still kind of like, there'll be a pecking order. And so some of the guys that, could be run over the top of or whatever, it's the sergeant at arms job to make sure that the little guy doesn't get run over. That the prospects don't get misused. There's some hazing and stuff, but like sometimes there's a prospect nobody likes and they don't like him for whatever reason. But maybe you don't like him, but he hasn't done anything bad to anybody, and everybody's got their foot up his butt. And the sergeant at arms comes in and says, "Hey, this is our guy. You're not going to pick on him. You're not going to." And the sergeant at arms makes sure that everybody has justice. So justice is tough to mete out, especially when you got a super guy that's doing everything for the club and a guy that's not doing as much for the club. But the justice against him is harder than it is against this guy because we like him more. And the sergeant at arms has to be that prodigator of justice that says, no, everything is the same for everybody, bro. You came late. You're getting your $50 fine just like this guy. So it's a hell of a job. Safety of the club, safety of the president. Sometimes the president takes that to mean that's my boy. And so anything I want to put down on the club, and I've even had clubs say, I need to be able to pick my sergeant at arms and this, that, and the other, because how can I pick somebody or have somebody that I don't know is loyal to me? The sergeant at arms is loyal to the club, bro. He's not loyal to you as an individual. He's loyal to the damn club. And so if the president falls, the club falls. If the president's patch gets taken, the club doesn't work. So he's going to take care of you, not because of his loyalty to you or his fealty to you, but he's going to take care of you because of what you represent to the club. That's not your boy. That's the club's boy. He takes care of everything for the MC. So it's a hell of a position because it's hard to be fair all the time. It's hard not to be involved in the politics. It's hard to be that straight ass all the time that's always down for the bylaws no matter what. You don't have any friends. You lose all your friends. I say this for presidents and sergeant at arms. You lose all your friends. You lose all your buddies. The club enjoyment is for the club. When you to those positions, you don't get any enjoyment. You get to work all the time. One of my guy says here, got to be straight down the middle, can't waver from side to side. It's rough sometimes, but that's the job. Somebody else says it's a service commitment. Yep. So this is what the sergeant at arms must do. It's not about me. This is my club brother here. It's not about me, or it's not about not about the front. My loyalty is to our patch and nation. It's not about this front patch. It's about, so, these are all the things that I could say about the sergeant. I could talk about this job all night. Sergeant at arm, enforcer, nomad, all of these kinds of regulation kind of jobs within the MC. And they are really for cool people, calm, collected, sure of themselves people, people with big hearts, people with giving, people who give of themselves, people who have the time. What the hell is it like to have a sergeant at arms that doesn't have time to ride with the president? Your president's out there alone, and you don't have time to ride with him, and then you don't set him up a guard. You haven't trained any prospects. You haven't done jack but wear the patch around, and you just swaggering around and handing out fines and this, that, and the other, and you are so far away from what. And then there's the sergeant at arms that waits on the president to tell him to do his job. Like if somebody comes to you with a problem and that problem has to be taken care of with discipline, this, that, or the other. These are your jobs as assigned to you by the bylaws. So you don't need permission to do your job. Well, I don't know if the president's going to approve it or not. Whoa, what the hell are you talking about? You ain't no sergeant.
Yeah, it don't matter. Yeah.
Just some musings from the old guy. Somebody says the sergeant at arms has to be the coolest head in the room and has a strategically minded outlook to keep things in check and on an even ground, along with the toughness to take care of business. Yeah, these guys know what a sergeant at arms are. Favoritism,
yes, sir.
Large downfalls. Favoritism could lead to large downfalls. It can cause the whole club.
Big time. Big time.
So, that's how I feel. Somebody said, "Is there a sentinel or historian position?"
Yeah,
and
the secretary.
And the answer to that question is the secretary.
And he's the most hated in every club.
They like me.
And on the black biker set, you will also see this fairly new position called the public relations officer, the PRO as it's called. And he'll have a hand in that a little bit. I don't know if you have those on the white biker set, but that is something that you will see on the black biker set. So
never even heard of it.
Yeah.
Honestly, an enforcer or sergeant at arms is basically, that's one of his jobs too, is public relations. You know what I mean? It's everything. On the white set.
Yeah, we wrote a book about him.
Get the book.
Get the book.
Get the book.
So, but when you think of public relations is really everybody's job in the MC. Public relations. I was
just going to say that, yeah.
Is really everybody's job.
I agree.
Sergeant at arms is everybody's job. Road captain is everybody's job. I mean, to some extent or another, we should all be backing up these guys and performing their jobs as best they can. That's our jobs as full patch brothers, is to back up the leadership because, they lead because we voted them in office, and we should be doing every single solitary thing we can do to help those guys. Oh, look,
I agree.
Plans to buy my books. That's really cool. All right. So, anything else, guys? I think we've done. Somebody says they want to know where I get my hats. I mostly get my hats when I go back home to Oklahoma. I get my hats from Shepler's or Tainers, which are two big cowboy hat or Western apparel places in Oklahoma. I normally go to Shepler's in Tulsa, or I go to Tainers, or I go to when I'm down in Oklahoma City, I'll go to oh my goodness, what's it called? Something Town. It's not Cowtown, but there's a place down in Oklahoma where all of the shops are, and I'll have my hats handmade there. Be prepared to drop at least 6 bills for a decent hat. So anyway,
Speaking of hats, I want to do a shout out because I have a new hat. If everybody had noticed, my boy Hammy from Bruised Ego clothing company, he hooked me up with some swag. He hooked me up with the Danny D'Lo hat, and check him out, guys. If you guys like my style, with the flipped up brand, a little something written on it. He's doing his thing over at Bruised Ego clothing company. Just wanted to throw a little shout out for him.
Bruised Ego Clothing Company. Is it bruisedego.com or do we have a website?
I believe so. I believe he's on Facebook. Yeah, Bruised Eagle Clothing Company. You can check it out on Facebook. Or you can check out Hammy on TikTok as well.
Listen, guys, I want to thank you so much for a great show the day after Christmas. Thanks, guys, for coming on such short notice. I wish I had planned it better, but I think it worked out great, man.
Yeah, so, I think it worked out great.
Man, I like
we learned a lot.
We learned some shit about BD, that's for sure.
Yeah. The problem is the person sitting over here with the ice pick. If I'm all ice picked out tomorrow.
This has been the last round table.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Before the end of the year, like hopefully within the next few days, we're gonna have the wives on the biker wives. Tia and those folks are trying to put that together now, and I can't wait.
Man, I gotta hurry up and get an old lady by then.
Yeah, fuck. Man, you got 2 days.
Hey, where y'all at, ladies? Holla at your boy. Joking. Leave me alone.
You're right, SSW Customs. Those are the tack, the tack and saddle companies there down there in Cowtown. That's not what it's called though. It's called Cattletown or something. I can't remember. I haven't been there in a while. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go and give my final thoughts for the night. See you guys. Talk to you guys soon. I absolutely appreciate it and love y'all all. Appreciate it.
Good night, guys.
Later. Good night.
Good night. Man, it was a great night we had tonight, man. Couple days after Christmas, no, 1 day after Christmas, right? 1 day after Christmas, we're out here having a great time. Listen, we got some new stuff coming up. It's a new year. I want you guys to continue to check on your brothers and sisters right now during this time of year where people that should have family might not have family. And what we want to do is we want to make sure that we are checking for those of us, especially the veterans that we lose a lot of veterans to suicide every day. So make sure to call those folks up during this time, all the way through the beginning of the new year, to make sure that the people you loved are going to be with us next year. So please do that, and please take care of one another. And love one another. You can get this channel on weekdays at about 8 o'clock, and Black Dragon Biker Gear is our online news magazine show. Black Dragon's Gear. BlackDragonsGear.com is where you can get our gear. The Dragon's Lair Motorcycle Chaos is where the podcast is running. So please get over to the podcast and check us out. Check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And all those good places. Like, share, and subscribe. Likes, share, and subscribe. We would absolutely appreciate that. So make sure to tune into our Discord server. We have a Discord server. The description below, in the description below, is the link to the Discord server. Make sure you check us out there. We'll be on tomorrow morning with some biker news, man. And getting ready for the new year. Hey, put your stuff together. Are you going to be fat? You're going to be skinny? You're going to make money? whatever you're going to do, start putting that together, and let's hit this new this new year like we mean business. Do you have merch in size toothpick? We do have merch in the smallest size available. Hope that'd be toothpick for me. So, oh yeah, us vets have gone through many holidays with no family. Military family is good, but not like your immediate family. That's right. So make sure to call our vets, and we're gonna make sure that they're doing okay during this time of year. Listen, a lot of y'all might not believe that this is a show of positivity, but it is. It's always been a show of positivity. I started this show out to help people, never to hurt or harm people or talk negatively about people or anything like that. That's never been my get down. I mean, if you look at my shows, it's always been a positive thing to help the biker community. But sometimes you do find that folks, come swinging out at you out of the woodwork or something. You don't know who those people are, but whenever you do these shows, and I don't care who you are, once you start getting some subscribers and stuff like that, folks come out of the woodwork and they don't like what you're doing, or they have a problem with it. And they make all these kind of Facebook channels about you and shows about you. I've had guys make whole shows about, I've had guys create whole entire Instagram pages with my name and likeness. Like, who has this kind of time? And they put up stuff that I never said and all kinds of craziness. But hey, man, we're just like anybody else. You punch us, we punch back. And when we punch hard. Ain't nobody no punks out here. Just because we're old don't mean that, we like getting pushed around on. I don't think anybody likes that. So anyway, this is my brother, Goose, out there in Topeka. Appreciate you. Brought me into the greatest motorcycle club in the country. Man, I appreciate that. And Goose started out as a subscriber to my page and has become a very active brother within the Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation, and is actually a sergeant at arms now. Or are you a VP now? I can't remember. You're growing so fast, man. I don't even know what you are anymore. Miss Tia, please give Black Dragon a pass for tonight. We love his channel and Sunday nights and need him to continue his quest to teach the younger guys and spread the positivity that MCs really are. And I'll add, and don't let Hollywood and his BS get me in any kind of trouble. I'll add that on there. So there you go. It's always a positive show, Black Dragon. You've been a positive, very informative. Keep up what you're doing, man. You know the old saying, you can't please everyone. It's YouTube, man. It's YouTube, and that's what it is. And YouTube is not real. Remember that. Old schoolers are loaded pistols and dormant giants, says Braxton Spivey. Big man Chris, what's up? It's good, man. It's so good to see like all of my subscribers from like some of you guys have been with me for so long, and I'm just blessed to have you guys all. So we will get us a little outro music here. That's really cool. All right, man. I love you, cats. If you have questions for me, please leave your comments in the comment section below. Let me know how some of this stuff, what brought you to the biker set? What brought you to your club? What brought you to doing what you want to do? Tell to me what you think about patch chasers, both the guys that chase patches and the women. Talk to us about the Sergeant at Arms, what it means to you. And if you want to be on the show, just let me know. Drop something off to me, Black Dragon at blacksabbathmc.com. There's 2 B's in Sabbath. Black Dragon at blacksabbathmc.com, bro. Love to talk to y'all. Had a great time with y'all tonight. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Look for my new education reaction videos. They're really going to be cool. Us new folk, we need to learn all we can from the old timers and keep passing it on. You know, I hate being an old timer. I never thought I would be an old timer. To understand that I'm old now hurts my feelings. But I sure am glad I lived long enough to get here, man. You guys, I started this channel to try to explain to you guys in motorcycle clubs how to treat each other individually like precious pieces of invaluable metal. how to treat each other like precious pieces of platinum or gold. And if you can learn how to treat each other that way, then you will have an incredible motorcycle club life and an incredible motorcycle club career. Think about it. And I'm not perfect. Everything I say is what I've been through. Other people have done things and have seen things another way. Take care. Let's have a great new year. Be safe New Year's Eve. Don't be shooting guns up in the air. What goes up must come down. Come on, really. And be careful riding in motorcycles on New Year's Eve because there's drunk folks out there and we want to see y'all next year. Hey, COVID virus is back, man. Mask up. Get your boosters if that's what you do. If you don't, wash your hands and be careful. I'm Black Dragon, baby. I love y'all. Be good. Hello. Oh man, it was a great show. Oh yeah. Give me about 2 or 3 minutes. I'll call you right back. So I got this mic turned off. Can't wait to get to that food.